So I'm taking the Gelique Rose Water Balancing Mist all over the face just as a way to sort of add a bit of hydration and a bit of a dewy texture on the skin, so when I apply my foundation it just blends in really nicely. It smells so nice. So for foundation, I'm taking the Infallible 24-hour foundation from L'Oreal. This one's in the colour 150 Beige Eclat, Radiant Beige. So I'm just blending that foundation all over the face with my stippling brush. Really easy and simple. Just sort of blending in circular motions. So with a heavy coverage foundation, I like to use whatever's left on my brush on my forehead. I don't like to pick up extra coverage to go on my forehead because I feel like if you raise your eyebrows a lot, that's the first place that foundation is quite obvious. And so if you use, like, if you've sort of really blended all over your face and you've got just a tiny bit left on your brush, then put it on your forehead. Don't go straight in onto your forehead because I find, like I said, it can be an area where it's really obvious if there's too much product there. Okay, so I've just zoomed you in a little bit so I can do my brows. I'm just taking a little spoolie and I'm just going to comb my brows upwards and outwards. I actually had them threaded 2 days ago, I think, and they're just like so much more clean and tidy. So to fill in my brows, I'm taking the L'Oreal Artist Palette, which is this one here. I'm just going to take, this is the shadow and this is the wax, but I'm just going to use the shadow today. So to fill in my brows, I'm just taking the Royal & Langnickel angle brush. You'll notice when you've had your brows like waxed or threaded that they're just so much easier to fill in because there's like an obvious line between where the hair starts and where the hair ends, which makes life so much easier. So moving on to eyes, I'm taking the Urban Decay eyeshadow base in the colour Eden. And it's also good for stopping your concealer creasing. So if you pop it on before your concealer, it'll be really helpful. So as a base for my brown smoky eye, I'm just going to take a bit of the Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner, but this is in the colour brown. I'm taking that just on a flat shader brush. And using a flat shader brush rather than an angle brush will just give me a little bit more of a soft finish and it won't be so defined. I want to blend it. So I'm just taking that brush and I'm going to blend that along my lash line. And then if you go to the other side, so you don't have too much on your brush, and you distribute it there as well. And then go back and just give it a blend with the same brush you've been using. And we're generally applying it along the lash line and then blending it upwards. Like this. So I'm now taking a little fluffy brush with just nothing on it and I'm going to blend the top edge so that we've got it blending nicely at the top. Now this is a simple way to do a smoky eye, like a really low maintenance smoky eye if you want to at home. So if you just keep building it up, and because it's eyeliner and it does set, you'll find it wears really nicely and lasts a long time on the eye. So I'm now going to take Corduroy by MAC, and it's just pretty much a neutral, if not more on the cool side. I'm just taking the fluffy brush I was using earlier, I'm picking up that. I'm just going to blend that closest to the lash line, just really softly, and then blending up and outward, and a little bit under the eye as well. So I'm now taking Texture by MAC, which is a beautiful, it's like a really warm tone brown, like almost on the verge of orange. Just taking that on a little fluffy brush, just any fluffy brush will do. Just going to blend that through the crease and pretty much around the edge of the eyeshadow so that it's blending on the top edge and also underneath the eye. And it's just going to add a bit of warmth to the look. Okay, so next I'm taking an Electric Cool eyeshadow from MAC, and this is in the colour Coil. It's a beautiful, that's it there, it's a beautiful sort of bronze shade. It has like a cream texture to it, so that's why it's cracked. It's like so pigmented. So I'm just taking that on a flat shader brush and I'm going to press that into the center of the lid and blend outwards. Keeping it really on the mobile lid there so that when you're, the mobile lid is the skin that moves when you open and close your eye. I'm also going to apply a little bit of that just along the bottom lash line in the middle of the eye, underneath the iris. So I'm now taking a little bit of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the colour 08 Warm Light Medium. Just going to dot that under the eye here. Because it is a little bit lighter, I'm just popping it through the rest of the face, but it's not that I want it to be like really highlighted, it's more about balancing the colours. I'm just going to take my stippling brush I was using earlier. And just use that to blend. Now, as you can see, I've brought those colours under my eye quite low, which is the effect that I'm going for. So don't take the concealer really high up under the eye there, because you want to keep that colour. I'm just going to go in after with my blending brush and make sure to blend those bronze colours so that it looks all seamless. And you can use your concealer to shape the eye there as well. Just go back in with my blending brush I used earlier and just blend under the eye there. For powder today, I'm taking a little bit of the Nutriset Colourless Face Powder from Ben Nye. Just going to tip a little bit of that into the cap. I'm taking a small face brush just to do that. So I'm just pressing under the eye there. Just sort of close to the eye. We don't want it. We generally just want to set the concealer so it's not going to crease. A little bit down the nose. Anywhere where you feel like your makeup moves a little bit. On the chin for me. Meant to be colourless, but I feel like it does lighten a little bit. But when you first pop it on, it's sort of sitting on the surface, and then you just want to sort of like press it into the skin. And then just with the tiny bit on, just blend some powder across where you're going to be doing your contour and everything, so that your powders will blend really nicely there. So next I'm taking a little bit of the Infallible eyeshadow from L'Oreal in the colour Hourglass Beige. I'm just taking a tiny bit of that on a little bullet brush. I'm going to pop that on the inner corner of the eye here. So it's quite dramatic. So just be light-handed with that. Just going to take a tiny bit of that as well and pop that on my brow bone. So like I said, we don't want it to be too white, so just blend it with your finger. So next I'm taking this bronze eyeliner from Kiko Milano in the colour 401. Pop that on my waterline. It just sort of adds a little bit more drama to the lash line there. So for some eyeliner on the top lash line, I'm taking the Superliner Perfect Slim from L'Oreal, and I'm just going to draw that along the top lash line. And as you can see, I'm literally like resting it on my lashes and just like pulling it along. And that's the best way to use a pen liner. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. Because we're using shimmery shadows, just make sure to clean off the back of the curler between goes, just so that you don't ruin your eyeliner. For mascara, I'm using the Colossal Volume Express mascara from Maybelline. And I'm just going to pop that on. So I'm then taking the Too Faced Soleil matte bronzer in the colour Medium Deep. This is just a blush brush from Smashbox. And I'm just going to then take that and contour with that around the edges of the face. Then just to blend it out a little bit, I'm going to take my foundation brush and just give it a bit of a run across any areas where I feel like the edges might be a little bit too harsh. Everyone is different with their contouring and how strong they like it to be, so you do what works for you. For blush today, I'm taking Peaches by MAC, which is this really pretty like coral shade. Taking it on the same fluffy brush, pop that on the cheek and blend backwards. Blush has to be one of my favorite makeup products. Just the difference it makes. For highlighter today, I'm going to take Soft and Gentle by MAC, which is this beautiful mineralized skin finish. And I'm taking the same brush, but I'm going to take just this top edge of it, and I'm going to dust it on the top of my cheekbone. I'm going to go with an orange lip. I've got two options. I have Morange from MAC, and I also have Neon Orange. I decided I'm going to go with Morange or Morange. I feel like it's Morange, like M-Orange. I wonder what it stands for, the M. So for lip liner today, I'm using the Water Blast Pro Longwear Lip Liner from MAC, and I'm just going to line my lips. I'm going to go in with the Morange, and it's very creamy. So to finish off the look, I'm just going to pop on some lashes. Obviously at this point you could just head out the door, but I'm just going to pop some on just to finish off the look. It's quite dramatic, and these are the lashes that I'm using. I will link down below what exactly that they are, what they are exactly. So once the glue is dry, just go back in with your eyeliner and follow over the seam so that it's quite black and there's no glue showing. And just add a little bit more colour through my brows. I just want to take a little bit more bronzer, so I'm taking the Nude Bronzer in 002 from Dior, and I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, any brush will do. I'm just going to blend that across the high points of my face, on my forehead here, and then just through my contour, and that just adds a tiny bit more warmth. I just wasn't happy with how bronzed I was looking before. A little bit of that just here because my arms are a lot browner than I am there. So thanks for watching today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this sultry bronze eye with this bright orange lip. It's a perfect one for coming into spring and summer for us in the southern hemisphere. For the rest of the world, orange is a great colour to wear any time of year, and if you didn't like it with an orange, you could always wear it with a berry or a nude. There's so many options, but I just love the sultry effect on the eye. Very pretty and very glam. So if you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to show me how beauty, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye!